It's first season in Winnipeg. Maybe some overall reflections on how it went for you.
I think it went pretty well. It's fun to be a part of a competitive team and fighting right down to the end of it. So, great locker room, and felt like I grew a good bit this year. So, really happy with the overall season.
I know it's very fresh still, obviously, just coming back from Milwaukee, but maybe take us through the 5-game series overall and how your team went, because that really was one that was a toss-up. It could have gone either way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely could have gone either way. I think there's some bounces that I've never seen before, and it seemed like they all happened in this series. So, otherwise, I'm just proud with how we fought the entire time. Even first game, never gave up, and I think that kind of showed throughout the series that we're scoring goals in the last minute to give ourselves a chance to win, and that's just how we were this season. A lot of adversity, but we kept fighting through it.
What do you learn, I guess, in that situation? I mean, just the way it went down, having the lead in the series and then 2 chances to close it out, losing by a goal in the final game. I mean, what do you learn from that experience in terms of playoff hockey and, what it takes to get through that next time around and being on the other side of it?
Yeah, it's hard to close teams out. They're fighting for their seasons, for their lives, and when we have a chance to win a series, we need to win. We can't give them hope or a new life, and I think that's what we did. So I think moving on, that's going to be a good lesson to learn, and then we kind of dealt with some of those problems where we're leading by a couple goals in the third and allow teams to come back. So, hopefully that's something that we take away and kind of reflect on over the summer, and come this time next year, we'll be having different conversations, hopefully.
And there seems to be a genuine, belief that this team was, poised to go for at least a deeper run than the first round, right? Like, seems to be a real disappointment in the way that it ended, and that you're not playing hockey right now. We're having this exit interview. Do you feel, in that sense, in a way that the team was almost robbed of that opportunity, just the way the series went down, that this team was capable of more?
Yeah, and I know in the locker room we know what we had, and definitely capable of more. So it stings. Losing the first round, but I know it's tough when felt a little underaccomplished, I guess, coming out of there. So, but otherwise, overall, it was a special group of guys, and if we're ever all back together in the locker room, I think we know we can do some special things.
Well, Alex, that's kind of what ties into what I wanted to ask you about, the idea of integration. We tend to think of it with younger guys coming up and getting integrated into the group. You're a new guy, but it seemed like, again, you were fast with all these guys, fast friends, I should say, with all of these guys. What is it about this group that just allows everyone to just integrate so quickly and become so tight-knit?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it starts with the leadership group. Everybody's so welcoming and eager to become friends, but more so like eager to get on the ice and battle together and kind of become more than friends. So that's very contagious, being a new guy, and hopefully I kind of stepped into a leadership role down the stretch, but I wanted to be a part of that and welcome like the new guys signing from juniors in college, and it just made it so easy for everybody to come in, play like themselves, and not really many egos out there. So started from the leadership group for sure, and the older guys, but made my transition easy, and I think that's something that I want to do wherever I'm at for the rest of my career.
Oh, sorry, just because we're on that note, Jimmy being the captain, just recently named AHL player, or man of the year rather. Your first year with him, what can you say about his leadership? You talked about how important it was. What makes him, I guess, a strong captain and that you've seen through your year playing with him?
Well, it's a unique year with him because he was out for half of it, but we felt his presence every day, and he was always around, and introducing himself to new guys or creating connections, and by the time he started playing, we were already great friends, and it just strengthened his leadership and his role. Everybody wanted to play for him, and we all knew what he meant to this team being a new guy here, I wasn't here last year with him in the lineup and stuff. So by the time he came in, it was just everybody pulling the same way, and unbelievable leader. So it was a lot of fun playing for him this year.
I was gonna say, going through that, you hadn't played with him, and you're seeing the team playing for him. For someone who's new, who's not played with him, who might not know him that well, I mean, how does that speak to the character? As a kind of almost like a, I don't want to say third party, but as the new guy coming in and
Right.
seeing what he means to the organization, and how much they value the captains as they're all along that wall as you walk in. What did that say to you about him, about the organization, I guess?
Yeah, I noticed it the first day I was here talking to guys, and they're like, Jimmy's amazing with the locker room. He always knows what to say, when to say it. Great read on the team. But I was like, okay, captains are supposed to be like that with captains, but it's really special. Like, you felt it. He's such a team guy, and the team loves him, and it's a big deal to be a captain in this organization, and there's a reason why he's been that for a couple of years. So it's just a special guy overall. I wish him the best, and hopefully I can follow in his footsteps one day, because that's a huge role model to me right now.
Is there one thing that stands out as from your time here in Winnipeg, or one particular memory that maybe jumps out at you?
Oh, that's tough. I don't know. I feel like I'll reflect on that next couple of weeks here, and but I don't know. It was a lot of special moments with this group, and I can't really pick out any one of them, but it's been a really fun year.
As an American, but you played in San Diego the last few years, what was it like to come to Canada and play hockey in Canada for the year?
It was a really cool experience. I've said it all throughout the year, and I just love how crazy the fans are here about hockey, and how much buzz around the town there is, and obviously being with the Jets here, it was fun to catch a couple games and see what that atmosphere is like. So, it's always a dream to play professional hockey, and then I think another level to that is playing in Canada. I didn't really know how much of a difference that would have been, but it was really cool to experience that.
So how do you go into the summer? I think you signed a one-year deal last year with the Jets. So do you have a mindset of re-signing with the club, or do you just kind of let it pause and then let your agent do the work?
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about that yet. We'll see what happens. I mean, not in my control right now. So I'm gonna approach the summer like I want to spend time with my girlfriend, family, and friends, and when that time comes, I'll be ready.